Hello everybody, it's the Bricklord here, back with another video, and today I'm super excited because I'm doing a collab with one of my good friends here on YouTube, Bricks on Bricks, and we're going to be talking about our favorite set from each Ninjago wave. As a disclaimer, this is going to include obviously the Pilot, Day of the Departed, and we are breaking up the Legacy wave, so we're going to do Legacy 1, Legacy 2, and Legacy 3, just so you guys know. But yeah, with all that though, I'm super excited to do a collab on my channel with somebody, and I'm gonna let Bricks on Bricks introduce himself.
Hi, it's Bricks on Bricks here, and I have a much smaller channel than my co-host here, with only about 30 subscribers, but if you could click that link in the description and check out my channel, it would be well appreciated. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here with my pal Bricks, the Brick Lord, sorry, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video.
Alrighty, and starting off with the Pilot's wave, the classic 2011 wave. This wave is so full of just amazing sets, and it really was difficult to choose, but I think I for sure have to go with the Fire Temple. This was just really an incredible set. It was definitely revolutionary for the time. It had great detail, it was a great temple build. You also got the epic Fire Dragon, and it came with some awesome figures like Samukai and the original Garmadon. So yeah, it was an overall amazing win for a set, and yeah, definitely has got to be my favorite pick. But now I'll turn it over to Bricks on Bricks.
As for my favorite set of this wave, I have to go with the Lightning Dragon Battle. And if you look at this set here, in my opinion, as the best dragon out of the entire wave, one of the best dragons of Ninjago as a whole. I just really love Jay's dragon here. It looks really nice. And not just that, you get a skeleton helicopter as well, which in my opinion is the best build, beating out the Skull Truck and the Turbo Shredder, the best skeleton build of the wave. And then you get some nice figures with Jay, you get some nice Skulkin, and then you get, of course, the Nunchucks of Lightning. So overall, you can't go wrong with this set. So yeah, let's go on to the next one. So, for my favorite set from Season 1, I have to go with the Rattlecopter. I know there's all these other good sets from the wave, Epic Dragon Battle, um, Ultra Sonic Reader, but I have to go with this one because it's such a great vehicle. It has such a great design. It's so unique, and honestly, just reminds me of the Shuricopter set we got back in 2019. And I just really like the design of it. Like I said in the last segment about the Skulkin helicopter, I really like that build. And this one just takes that side build and gives it its own set and gives it a Serpentine theme. The minifigures are nothing all too special. I mean, they're nice, of course, but I'm talking about the build here, and the build is awesome. So I'll turn it over to the Brick Lord.
Alrighty, and for my favorite Season 1 set, it might be cliche, but I have to go with the Epic Dragon Battle. I did own this set when it came out, and I got it, and it was definitely epic. It lived up to its name. The Ultra Dragon was an amazing build. The Great Devourer, while not as huge as we saw in the show, it definitely was good for the time. And then the side kind of, I guess, Temple or City of Ouroboros set, part of it was like not the best part, but it was definitely not bad. But then also the figures were incredible. You got two Serpentine Generals we had not received yet, the Garmadon with the golden weapons, the Lloyd ZX, and yeah, it was just an overall epic set. Definitely lived up to its name, and yeah, for me, it has to be my favorite Season 1 set for sure. Alrighty, and for moving on to Season 2. For my pick, it was interesting and kind of difficult to choose, but I'm gonna go with the Fire Mech. Now, it might sound weird choosing the smallest set of Season 2, but for me, one, I have lots of memories with this set, and it was just a really awesome mech for the time. It was incredible how they could actually get an entire good mech build in a $10 set, I believe is what it was, when it retailed, and it was a really awesome set. Came with the exclusive Kimono Kai, and yeah, it was just a really awesome set. I enjoyed it so much, and for me, to this day, it's still an awesome set, and that's why it was for sure my favorite set from Season 2.
And for me, I have to go with the Golden Dragon. This has so much nostalgia with it. Obviously, this is pretty cliche, but like if you just look at this set, its this remake is just not as good as the original set. The remake has its problems, but if you look at this original one, the Golden Ninja figure, great. You have a small side build for your um Stone Warrior. I mean, it's just such a nice set, and the dragon itself, the gold is just much better on this one than it is on the new Legacy version, and this set just looks so cool. And I don't have this set, I only have the Legacy version, but I hope to get this one maybe off eBay or some other site someday. So yeah, let's cut to the next segment. Okay, and for season 3 rebooted, I know this is Bricklord's favorite season, and talking about my favorite set from this particular wave, gotta go with Battle of Ninjago City. What a stunning set! The temple design is beautiful. And my favorite Ninjago temple, not counting the Ninjago movie, of course, I really love the Temple of the Ultimate Weapon. But getting back to this set, you just get so much in it. It had a nice um, design in the show, and then it looks even better here in set form. It has a pretty nice interior, not all too much in it, but at least it has one. And then, you also have some great minifigures. You get the Overlord's mech, you get that awesome Overlord minifigure. You just can't go wrong with this particular set. So, Bricklord, talk about your favorite.
Yeah, so my favorite now, as much as I absolutely love the glorious Battle of Ninjago City set, and I love temples and structures, my personal favorite is going to go to the Kai Fighter. Kind of again with like the Fire Mech, it's memories associated with it. It was my first season 3 set, and I just love that dart jet design. It just looks so fast and so mean looking, and it was just an awesome vehicle in the show and definitely my favorite Kai vehicle, and it was translated just so well into set form. It was an awesome set for the time, and it got so much positive feedback, and I definitely have to agree with it. It was an incredible vehicle, it was an awesome set, and definitely deserved the love that it got. It was just so cool, so definitely for me, that was my favorite Season 3 set. Alrighty, moving on to season 4. My personal favorite season 4 set is going to have to be the Dojo Showdown set. And I know many people like this set, and when it came out, it was quite a popular set, more or less due to the exclusives in this set with the amazing Griffin, Turner, and Karloff figures. After we saw those characters in the show, it definitely made this set more desirable, and it was really just an awesome set. And besides the exclusive figures, the set itself was actually pretty cool. It was kind of a unique thing where it was like a tournament structure area where you could pose your figures, really just duking it out in kind of a battle like scene. And so, it had display value, play value, and there was just so many things to like about this set. And another reason for me it's my personal favorite is due to the fact that this was my only original season 4 set that I actually got, and so it kind of holds a special place in my heart personally. So, for all those reasons, that's why this is personally my favorite season 4 set. But now I will turn it over to Bricks on Bricks.
So, as for my favorite season 4 set, this one is controversial, and weirdly enough, this set here is actually Bricklord's least favorite set. But for me, I gotta go with Enter the Serpent. I love structures, and yes, the Dojo Showdown set that Bricklord went with is also a structure, but this one is such a nice facade. I love the serpent's head itself. The interior, well, not too much, has some interesting things inside it. I think there's a trapdoor in the set, and then you also have some great cultists that come with the set, and I just really enjoy how this set looks on display. So yeah, for me, for season 4, I have to go with Enter the Serpent. And now let's go ahead and go on to season 5. And as for my season 5 pick, gotta go with The City of Styx. There was a couple other great sets in this wave. Season 5 is definitely one of the most fan-favorited waves of Ninjago, and this set is one of those ones that fans really enjoy. And one thing, I love structures. This set has structures. I love ships. This set has a small ghost ship. I really like the Nia suit for possession. This set comes with it. Also comes with a small boat for Nia. You can't go wrong with this set. It is so it is so awesome looking. So many floors. It's like a tower of some sort, or for the main build, I guess. And it's just so stunning to look at on a display shelf. So yeah, overall, I had to go with the City of Sticks.
Yes, and for me, my favorite set from season 5 here, I also have to go with the City of Sticks. This is one set, I do own from possession, and I just have so many memories associated with this set. It was the one that I was just so hyped for when I got it at Christmas, and yes, I love this set. Mine is just super, super customized now at this point, but I really love this set. There's so many great features, as Bricks on Bricks mentioned. The tower itself looks great. The like medium-sized ghost ship on the side is just awesome as well. And yeah, the figures are great. Everything about this set is awesome. And, again, for me, the biggest thing is just my memories and times associated with this set. And it just looks so great even to this day on my display shelf. So for me, City of Sticks is definitely by far my favorite possession set. I mean, it's an awesome set. There was a lot of choices, but yeah, City of Sticks for sure wins. Definitely coming out on top. Alrighty, and starting us off for the season 6 wave. Some people might consider this cheating, but some of the Day of the Departed sets that were released as Skybound sets do qualify for this list, and one of them being the Lighthouse Siege, which is my personal favorite Skybound pick. Obviously, it did come with Skybound stuff, and it does qualify for Skybound. But with all that out of the way, though, the Lighthouse Siege is incredible. This thing is glorious looking. It has an amazing level of detail. It really just does look so true to the show. It was just so great to see such an iconic location from Ninjago put into set form. And yeah, it really does just look great. I love the set itself. The figures are awesome as well. It was another opportunity to get the main villain of season 6 with Nauticon. It also came with Jay and Nia, which were two of the most important ninjas of that season. And yeah, it was just a really awesome set in so many ways. So I'll let Bricks on Bricks continue with his favorite pick.
And my favorite set is also the Lighthouse Siege. This set is so beautiful, and Lego does not make enough lighthouses. Like, this is probably one of the best examples of a Lego lighthouse that looks like very detailed, and the level of detail on this is good, and it just makes me wish that Lego would make more lighthouses. We had a hidden side one, wasn't nearly as good as this one, and then once again, talking about what Bricklord said about the figs, you get Nauticon the Djinn, and this is a really good way to get him. Flintlock's mini jet is also a pretty nice build for what it is, and then you get Jay and Nia, the two main characters of the season, like Rick Lord said, and just you can't go wrong with this set. Amazing level of detail, and also the set comes with Echo Zane, which he was exclusive to this set, and he's just a really cool character to get. I really am happy that we got him in this set. So yeah, overall, I also had to go with the Lighthouse Siege. So now let's go ahead and talk about the Day of the Departed wave. Okay, so as for Day of the Departed, the first installment that is just pretty much a special and basically the only one. And talking about the sets, this wave was so small with only 5 sets, but there were a couple standouts, and for me, I had to go with the Ultra Stealth Raider. I also do really like the Samurai X Cape, but for me, the Ultra Stealth Raider is just a really good set, and is the best version of the Ultrasonic Raider. The one we got this year, the version of the Ultrasonic Raider that comes out this summer, I guess. It is a decent set, but like it just doesn't capture the magic that this set gave us. This set just had some really nice figures, and it just looked so clean, much cleaner than the one that came out this year, and also cleaner looking and more stunning looking than the one that came out back in 2012. And so I just had to pick this set for the very small and kind of unsettling Day of the Departed wave, and this one is just a standout for me out of all those sets. So now I'll hand it over to the Brick Lord.
Alrighty, and my favorite Day of the Departed wave, obviously, again, as was mentioned, this wave was small, but I do have to go with the Samurai X Cave. Now, when we first kind of saw this set, it's an awesome set. I love structures, as I've mentioned before, and this is kind of really interesting because it's meant to be all set underground, and so like what looks like the top of the set is supposed to be ground level, and the whole idea of building a cave is really cool. We hadn't seen it too much before in Lego except in like Batman, so it was a nice change to get something different, especially in the Ninjago line, and it really turned out to be a pretty awesome set. And yeah, it just has so many cool details, little hidden features, and then also vehicles were thrown into the mix as well for people who like those on top of a structure. The figures were absolutely great as well. Yeah, there was just so many good things to love about this set, actually. And yeah, for me, that's why it's my personal favorite Day of the Departed set. Alrighty, and moving right along to season 7. For me, this was kind of a toss up and was slightly difficult to choose a set from. Even though there's not like a large amount of sets, it was slightly difficult. But for me, I have to go with the Dawn of Iron Doom set. And I know some people might be like, well, there's the Dragon's Forge set, why didn't you choose that? I mean, personally, I never owned the Dragon's Forge, and maybe if I did, I would have different opinions, but I actually really do like the Dawn of Iron Doom set. I mean, the actual Iron Doom mech itself, it's not the best Ninjago mech, but it's definitely not bad by any means. It's definitely unique, and I really do like its design. I especially love the giant temporal just clock right on the center of it. It really does look cool. And then you also get all the time blades in this set. You get the two arguably most important characters of season 7, both Hands of Time. You get a few ninja, and then you also get the kind of swamp fort kind of build. Even though it's not like the most extensive build and it's relatively skeletal, it does still look pretty good and is effective in what it's trying to be. So overall, I definitely think there's lots of good things to love about this set. So for me, that's why it's my personal favorite season 7 set. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Bricks on Bricks.
And as for my favorite set from this wave, it is another controversial pick of mine. I was originally going to have to go with the Dragon's Forge, but when I thought about it, there was one set that I just felt was better, and that was the Samurai VXL. And talking about this set here, the car I just really like the design of. It's just really interesting. In my opinion, controversial opinion here, it is better than the car that Lloyd had in season 8 Sons of Garmadon. I know that may be a controversial opinion, but I think I like the color, the navy blue color, better than the green color that is on this one. And then talking about the Samurai X minifigure itself, so much better than the one that we got in the Throne Room Showdown set from Hunted. So detailed, and I just wish they could have captured that level of detail in that set. And so yeah, that's why I had to go with this set right here. And yeah, let's go ahead and head to the Oni trilogy with the first wave of that trilogy, season 8. Okay, and getting into the first season or the first set wave where the ninjas had the new designs from the Ninjago movie, talking about the season 8 set wave, this set wave is pretty decent. It's not one of my favorite ones, I would say, but there are some standouts here. First off, talking about we had some really good sets like the Lloyd's car, and there was a couple sets with bikes, but there's also some bad sets, but getting into the one I like the most, gotta go with the Temple of Resurrection. Man, this set was just so awesome. One of my favorite temples of all of Ninjago. I do prefer the season 3 one, but this one just had lots of awesome stuff with it. First off, you got Harumi in her royal design. You got Hutchins. Those minifigures are both exclusive to this set. And then you also got Garmadon, and yeah, Garmadon in his resurrected form was really cool. Although that when the set was leaked, it did spoil the season a little bit, but that wasn't that big of a deal. And then obviously you have the feature where it can make it look like Garmadon resurrects from the roof of the temple. You get some decent ninja minifigures that were important in the season, and you get Baby Woo. You can't go wrong with this set. The figures and the temple are just so great. So yeah, that's why I had to go with the Temple of Resurrection, and now I'll turn it over to the Brick Lord.
Alrighty, and yeah, talking about my favorite season 8 set. Again, I actually have to go with the same set, the Temple of Resurrection. Man, is this just a glorious set. It was a really awesome temple, and they did so many things right with it. I really do like this set. The figures were great, as Bricks on Bricks mentioned, Harumi and her royal designs, Hutchins, we also got Mr. E, the Garmadon figure. We just got so many great figures in this set. But the temple itself is actually, I think, where this set really, really stands out. I mean, it really did have an excellent design. It captured so much in the like architectural area. It really just came with a great design. And then the collapsing roof feature, that we did see in the show when Garmadon was being resurrected was just pulled off spectacularly with an amazing build technique. So yeah, overall, this set is really awesome, and yeah, it definitely deserved to take, my favorite pick for season 8. It was a well done set, and yeah, that's all I really have to say. So I think we'll go ahead and move on to season 9. Alrighty, and for season 9, Hunted. This was an interesting set wave. Not the largest and definitely not like the best ever, but it was still good. And there was actually quite a bit of deciding between a handful of sets. But for me, I'm going to have to go with the Throne Room Showdown. Even though this is a very small set, it's a really good set. Now, as a set, like build wise, this set is kind of meh. But for figures, for people who really like figures, this set is really cool. And that's what kind of drew me to this set is you just got some really awesome figures. You got Evil Harumi, you got Hunted Lloyd, you got Hunted Nia, you got the Samurai X version from season 8 and season 9. And there was just so many great figures all around. You also got Hunted Skylar. So yeah, it was just a really awesome set for figures. The build was, I mean, on the less than desirable side. It wasn't like awful, but it definitely was not the star of the set. The figures definitely shined here, making this set just really cool and really collectible in that kind of sense. So for me, it just made it a really awesome set, and personally, my favorite set from season 9. But now I will turn it over to Bricks on Bricks.
And as for my favorite set of season 9, I actually only have one set from this wave, which is the Diesel Knot, but I am not going with the Diesel Knot. I'm going with another set that I did want from this wave, which is the Dragon Pit. And man, this set is awesome. Structure-wise, the thing is that like it's just so nice, and it's just one color though. The thing is, it's not all that interesting color-wise, but architecture-wise, it looks really good. It has such a good design. And then talking about this set comes with a dragon in the dragon that was what's his name? The Earth Dragon, right? The Earth Dragon that was in the first realm. It's a really good design for a dragon. Not as good as like Firstborn, which was also from this wave, but it's still a really good design. And then you get some dragon hunters, you get some ninja, you get a trapdoor cell feature to put one of the ninjas in, and overall you can't go wrong with this set architecture wise, play feature wise, figure wise, and dragon wise, I guess. So yeah, overall, this is just a really well done set, and definitely my favorite set from the season 9 wave. And let's go ahead and go to season 10, but it's not really season 10, as we'll talk about in the next segments. Okay, and obviously we didn't get any season 10 sets. So, the only real season 10 set we got was that Oni Battle Pack, which is a good set, and obviously since it's the only one, I guess you could say it's my favorite from the season 10 wave. But talking about what we are getting into now, we're going to talk about Legacy. And since, we have separate Legacy waves, but some of them are smaller. We're not going to go wave by wave legacy wise. We're going to go year by year. And let's first talk about Legacy 2019. And in this year, we got some great sets overall, capturing, everything that the first few waves of Ninjago captured. But the one set that I had to go with was the Monastery of Spinjitzu. What a beautiful set. It's just really captures it, and we never got this set. This isn't really Legacy because we really never got this particular set ever before, and it just captures how it looks like in the show. Really, it captures how it looks like in the Wild Brain saga, though. That's more of what it's based on, and if you modded it a bit, you could look exactly like how it does in Season 11, Season 12, Season 13, Season 14, Season 15. But it also just represents what it looks like in the older days of Ninjago. And then the figures-wise, you get all the ninjas in their Legacy slash March of the Oni forms. You get Master Wu, and you get Whiplash, a Skulkin. I do think, though, that the ninjas kind of overpower the villain here in numbers-wise, but still, it's a great minifigure selection, and you also get the murals that appear in the monastery to represent each individual Ninjago installment, and there's a small reference to the Dark Island, which is also in this set. So yeah, overall, you can't go wrong with this set, and so yeah, for me, this is definitely my favorite Legacy Year 1 set because it really captures what Legacy is, and I know I talked about this set for a while, but now I'll finally hand it over to the Brick Lord.
Alrighty, and talking about my favorite year one legacy set, it was kind of difficult to choose, and I absolutely love the glorious Monastery of Spinjitzu. It's a really excellent set, and honestly, I almost thought about choosing it as my favorite, but I've actually unfortunately never owned it. But for me, I'm gonna go with the Legacy Earth Driller. Now, this might be a slightly weird choice, but let me explain why. I think this set is just really well done. I mean, the original Earth Driller back from the final battle wave, it was cool. Like, it wasn't exactly show accurate, but it was still cool. But then this legacy version comes and it's even better. So, can you really go wrong with a giant car with a huge drill on the front? I don't think so. And it was a really awesome set. And then on top of the amazing Earth Driller vehicle itself, in Legacy, we got something in this set that fans have wanted since the final battle season. We got the giant Stone Warrior, and it was so awesome that they finally produced the giant Stone Warrior as a giant buildable figure, and it turned out amazing. And so that's why this set is really awesome. I just love this set. There's so many awesome things, and they redid stuff from earlier set days and the show just so well in this set, really capturing what Legacy was meant to be. So yeah, this set was just so cool. And yeah, I know I've talked and just gloated about how great this set is. So with all that though, we're going to go ahead and move on though. But yeah, that's why this is my personal favorite Legacy 1 set. Alrighty, and moving on to season 11 here. Now, this is my least favorite season as seasons are concerned, but obviously we're talking about the sets here. And I will be completely honest, season 11 does have a pretty good set wave, and it was actually a little bit difficult to choose, to be completely honest. There is lots of pretty good sets. There's the Land Bounty, and there's the Shurikopter, there's Lloyd's Journey, what is it, like Cole's Earth Bike, the Dirt Bike or whatever. But for me, my favorite season 11 set, and this is definitely going to be controversial, I'm going to go with the Castle of the Forsaken Emperor. Now, I know that many people don't really love this set. Now, do I think it's the best structure build ever? Absolutely not. I think it was absolutely minimized because they tried to do a structure and a dragon in the same set when they both should have been separate sets. But with that being said, though, even though the castle is smaller than it should be, is it bad? No. I think the castle is actually pretty well done at the scale that they had to work with. It's really not all that awful. I mean, you get the big throne for the emperor, you get two sides towers with rooms on the bottom level and the top level, and you get the main walkway and hallway with the big pillars. So it pulls off everything it needs to. Is it the biggest and most glorious castle ever? No, but it does what it should, and it does look good. Also, the dragon does look good in this set as well, even though it should have been a separate set and not taken away from the structure. The dragon does still look great, and I think they pulled off that build nicely. The figures are excellent as well, And yeah, for all of those reasons, that's why I'm going to go with this set as my favorite Season 11 set. But now I'll turn it over to Bricks on Bricks.
And as for my favorite Season 11 set, this one is a bit interesting. And from where I am sitting recording this video, I can actually see this set. And yeah, for me, the set I'm going to go with is the Shurikopter. Interesting opinion, I know, but Forbidden Spinjitzu J is my favorite Forbidden Spinjitzu minifigure, and the copter itself reminds me so much of my favorite Season 1 set, like we talked about earlier in the video, which is the Rattlecopter, and this set is just so good looking and reminds me of that set quite a bit. Love everything it does. I love all like the translucent blue pieces on it. Makes it look really cool. And obviously this set in particular is one of the only Wild Brain vehicles that appeared in 2 seasons, because it also appeared in the most recent season, Seabound, in episode 2, The Call of the Deep, which is another reason I chose this set. And it just reminds me so much of, like, I just love every scene that this Shurikopter was in. Even though season 11 had so many bad scenes, every time it was on screen, I actually really enjoyed how it looked in the show, and it looks even better in set form. You also get General Vex, and you get season 11 Zane, and overall, I just really love this set, and that's why I had to go with it for my season 11 set pick. And without further ado, we will go on to Legacy 2. Okay, so for my Legacy 2 pick, or Year 2 of Legacy, I gotta go with the Kai Fighter. This is another set that I can see from where I'm sitting right now, and wow, this is just a really nice looking set, and I just think it really captures Legacy. In my opinion, it's a controversial opinion. It's an improvement over the original one that Bricklord talked about earlier in the video. I gotta say, really good set. I also really like the Ninjroids because they have those wings and they come in the set. You also get a small side build for them, and just the missiles are awesome. I know the transformation feature where you have to turn the cockpit down is a little weird, but it doesn't bother me much. So yeah, for me, I just had to go with the Kai Fighter for this pick, and I'll go ahead and turn it over to the Brick Lord.
Alrighty, and for my year 2 pick, I'm going to go with the Thunder Raider. Now, I never owned this set, and I don't think it's like the best legacy set by any means, but for year 2, I think it was the best. And one of the reasons I chose it, not necessarily because it captures the original set super well, like it does, but I think the original's better. I more chose it because I love the actual Thunder Raider itself, like the J part, its appearance in season 12. And I think that was really cool, and it was a great idea to have that appear in one of the seasons. So that's kind of the reason I went with that as my Legacy 2 pick. I do think it's a pretty good set. I don't absolutely love it, but I think it is the best year 2 set. And it does have good features, and some people I know just absolutely love this set, and I definitely can see why. So yeah, for me, that's my Legacy Year 2 pick. Alrighty, and moving into the Season 12 Prime Empire Wave. This has got to be one of my favorite set waves for Ninjago. And yeah, I mean, these sets are so awesome. I love how vibrant and colorful everything is. And it was really, really difficult to choose a set from this wave for me. But I think I'm going to go with the gamers market, which I know might be sort of cliche because I know many people love this set. I think there was lots of great things with it. I'll admit there's a couple kind of like, okay, what were they thinking with a couple figures that really we never see in the show or anything like that. But the majority of this set I think is really well done. Even though the builds are not the biggest, even though they're small, they're well done. They have a good level of detail, and then the figures is what absolutely shines. We got Scott, we got the amazing Pink Zane man, and then we got just so many techie things with this whole little set. It was just a great set with good builds, good figures, and yeah, overall it was just a fun set and so colorful. So for me, that's why it's my personal favorite season 12 set. But now I will turn it over again to Bricks on Bricks.
And as for my favorite set from the season 12 Prime Empire Wave, I have to say, I'm actually not a big fan of the gamers market that Bricklord just talked about. In my opinion, that honestly is the worst set of the wave because I hate most of the figures, and the builds are good, and in my opinion, the builds are better than majority of those figures. But going into the set that I actually really enjoy from this wave, I have to go with the Prime Empire uh Empire Temple of Madness set. Man, oh man, this set is so awesome looking. Great level of detail, beautiful to look at. I like the Japanese style architecture on this set. And then you get Tsushimi, and I honestly really like Tsushimi's minifigure. He's one of the best minifigures in the set. You get that Donkey Kong play feature reference with those sushi rolls that can kind of fall and hit the ninjas. And yeah, you just have all this awesome stuff. And then to top it all off, you have the leaderboard at the top, and you have a feature where you can move this Technic pin that goes all the way through the building, and you can move Unagami's chair that is on the bottom floor. So yeah, you just can't go wrong with this set. And just overall, I really like how this set turned out. So yeah, for me, this is definitely my favorite set from the Prime Empire wave. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the Season 13 Master of the Mountain sets. Okay, so getting into the Season 13 or Master of the Mountain wave, actually, this wasn't one of my favorite seasons. In fact, I prefer season 12 to it. But obviously, we're talking about the set wave here. And as for the set wave, so many good sets. Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon. You also have the Wu's Battle Dragon. There's so many good sets here. But I had to go with the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon just because I think a skeleton dragon is a very interesting concept. But really, it is called Griefbringer in the show, and I think it does capture the look of Griefbringer from the show pretty well. And I just had to go with this set here. And then I feel like you see that the side build that comes with the set, that comes with a statue of Cole's mother. That is awesome, and I felt like I would have paid like 10 to 20 bucks if that itself was a standalone set that came with, say, Kai or some other character. But like just talking about this, man, this set is so cool. I love the feature where you can drop the green I guess kind of amber looking things, kind of the Jurassic Park amber piece, but in green that you can drop out of the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon's belly. That was a really interesting play feature, and there's many other interesting things about the set. So overall, that's why I had to go with the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon, and now I'll hand it over to the Brick Lord.
Yeah, and for my favorite season 13 Master of the Mountain set, it was almost a slam dunk immediately for me, and it was pretty easy to choose, but I've got to go with the amazing Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon. Man, oh man, was this thing awesome looking. I mean, wow. It's just so large, and you get so much with this set, and for the price of only $100, you really got just an incredibly large set with what was came in this set. The actual skull on the front of this was built incredible. Wow. And then I just love how you can basically per se move around the map in a way. Like you can just go so many places in this set and do so many things with this set. And then inside the main bulk of the set in the back, there was lots of rooms as well. And there was like the lava falls on this set. And yeah, there's just so many awesome details with this set. And then the figures were great as well. You got the Skull Sorcerer, you got Cole, you got Zane, then you got a Munt, a Gecko, you got Princess Vania. You just got so many great things with this set. So for me, again, slam dunk, easily the best season 13 set in my opinion. But yeah, we will go ahead and move on to our next set wave. Alrighty, and moving on to our next set wave. It's not necessarily a seasoned set wave, but it is Legacy 3 or the 10th anniversary era of Legacy sets for Ninjago. And yeah, this was a really awesome wave. We got some awesome Legacy sets from all of these. And for me, I'm going to go with the amazing Tournament of Elements set. Now, this set was so awesome. It recreated, in my opinion, my favorite set from season 4, the Dojo Showdown, and it even did it better, which I have to give props to this set for pulling that off. So well done. This set is so awesome. There's just so much detail and colors, and they really just pulled off so many great things. They put little Easter eggs to season 4 in this set, And yeah, there was just so many great things to love about this set. And then on top of an amazing build with great detail, they slam dunked the set with even more great things to love with amazing figures, with more elemental masters from season 4 that we had previously not received in minifigure form, which is just great and so generous of them to come up with 3 brand new figures and colors and parts for stuff and produce 3 new elemental master figures that us Ninjago fans have wanted for such a long time. And then on top of those, we also got our first kind of the start of collecting 10th anniversary Golden Ninja figures. This whole wave was full of them, with every different set coming with a different one. And this set came with the Golden 10th anniversary collector's Lloyd. While not necessarily being the best collector's golden figure, I still think it turned out great. And so yeah, with all that together, this set is just so incredible. And I know I've just talked here quite a bit, so I will go ahead and turn it over to Bricks on Bricks so he can talk about his favorite.
Okay, so my favorite set from this 10th anniversary wave that we got this year is, well, there are a couple sets I really liked. Like the Fire Dragon, like the Tournament of Elements, like Brick Lord said, but the one I had to go with, an interesting pick for sure, the Titan Mech. First off, the Golden J figure is my favorite. I am a bit J biased. J is my favorite ninja, along with Cole. But I just really like how it represents those Prime Empire suits, but gold. And I just really like how that looks. And then talking about the build itself, the Titan Mech is so awesome. I also have this set, and I can see it from where I am sitting, and it looks so good. Um, I just like all the details it was able to represent from the original Titan Mech. I will say, though, I do wish there was some sort of ghost mech that came with it. But ignoring all that, this is still my favorite set from this wave, and I just really like how it turned out. You also get some nice ghost minifigures with it, and yeah, overall, I had to pick this set. And now let's go to the 2 seasons we got this year, and both their set waves. Okay, so for my favorite set from the season 14 wave, and yes, I am calling the island season 14 because it did have 4 episodes, just like March of the Oni did, so yeah, it's season 14 to me. But talking about the sets rather than the show, here, my favorite set from this wave, well, there were 4 sets this wave, and I didn't like the Catamaran Sea Battle all that much, but the other 3 sets were really good. I mean, the Chopper Bike was kind of simple, but I like the Jungle Dragon, but really, the one I haven't said yet, the Keeper's Village, gotta be the best one. Get some great Keeper minifigures, get Chief Ramatis, get the Totem Guy. There's so much detail you have with the set, some decent play features, you just can't go wrong with it. It really represents what the Keeper's Village is. Now, it's not anywhere similar to the kind of treehouse giant structure thing that we actually saw in season 14, but realistically, Lego would have to make it a D2C set to do that, and they wouldn't do that for a 4-episode season. But what they did do represents the structure very well, and talking about the figures, you get some nice island suits for the ninja, and it also comes with my favorite island suit, Jay's. I know I keep saying Jay has, but in my opinion, Jay has the best suits in all of Ninjago. He just has the best suits. I really like how he's come out, and this set really represents that. And then, you get some nice keepers with the set. You get the Storm Amulet, which really doesn't mean that much, because that comes in so many of the sets. But still, it's a nice thing that it comes with. And I know I've been talking about the set for so long, but, it is just a really good set. But finally, I'll hand it over to the Bricklord, and he can talk about his favorite island set.
Yeah, and my favorite season 14 island set. This is interesting because Bricks on Bricks, this is his least favorite set, but I'm gonna go with the Catamaran Sea Battle. As much as I love structures, and again, I almost did choose the Keeper's Village, but I really love the Catamaran Sea Battle, mostly due to the fact that it's such a unique set. Unique does not always mean good. But in this case, I do think they pulled it off nicely. The catamaran just looks so cool. I mean, Kai's catamaran is a much better water vehicle than his season 8 Katana V11. And then the Keeper's catamaran. This thing is just such a beast, a monster like sized vehicle. It's so cool. The sail looks great. and it just has such a interesting color scheme as well. And then in this set, you got great figures. You got Chief Mamatus once again. You got some other keepers. You got Kai. And yeah, it was just a really awesome set, all things considered. You also got, again, that Storm Amulet. So just lots to love, I think, in this set. So that's why it's personally my favorite. Again, I do think the Keeper's Village is a really good set, but for me, I think the Catamaran Sea Battle just barely edged it out in my opinion. But yeah, we will go ahead and move on to our final set wave. Alrighty, and finally talking about our last and final set wave here, it is the Season 15 Seabound set, and boy oh boy was this wave really incredible. Honestly, in my opinion, there's not even a bad set from this wave, making it even more difficult to choose a set from this wave, but I had to go, and it barely edged out the top spot for me, being the fact that, it's just an amazing set, but honestly, I'm going to go with the Temple of the Endless Sea here, and it just barely edged out my second favorite set from this wave. But yeah, this Temple of the Endless Sea is a really awesome set. I mean, I love structures, I love temples, and this is obviously both of those. It really looks great. The color scheme is incredible. The black, the teal, and the gold, just, it's so awesome. It works together so well. This set has a bunch of Atlantis vibes, which definitely earns points for me. It really looks great. And then the main temple itself was great. Then the side towers and other parts of the temple, while not as good, are definitely still more than exceptional. They definitely look great, and I think that those work well. And then on top of all that, you also get Wochira herself, the gigantic sea serpent. While not exactly built perfect in set form, and she definitely looks better in show, I think what we got was more than sufficient. She has her big chomping jaws and stuff, and really does look pretty good. So overall, she is pretty good as well. And then we also get a mini sub for Kai. And then thinking of Kai, we get Kai as a figure in this set. We get Benthamar, we get Prince Calamar, the main villain, we get Glutinous, we get some other Mara guards, and we also get that one with the Sea Nia, which is just a really awesome figure. And overall, wow, this set just has so many great things, and there's a lot to love in this set. And like I said, it barely edged out for my number one set, but I've definitely talked and really gave this set so much praise. But I think it's a time here that I will give Bricks on Bricks his chance to talk about his favorite set from the Season 15 Seabound Wave.
And for my favorite set, there are so many good sets from this wave. There are literally no bad sets in this wave. And there were just so many notable ones. Water Dragon, Ninja Subspeeder, Lloyd's Hydromech. We have also the one Bricklord talked about, the Temple of the Endless Sea. But the top two sets I had were the Temple of the Endless Sea and the Hydro Bounty, but the Hydro Bounty edges out the Temple of the Endless Sea by just like a percentile. And just talking about all these sets from this wave were so good, but getting into just talking about the Hydro Bounty, this set was just so awesome. Not only is it a good playset, it's also a great display piece. It just has so many good features on it. You have that detachable mech at the front, and you have that middle compartment where you can hold Lloyd and Cole's mini subs, and both those mini subs look really nice, just like Kai's does in the Temple of the Endless Sea set, and all the ones that come this way for that matter. But those two were just well done, and they just look really nice. And then you also have the you also have that small area where you can fit some of the figures in the front. You have, I think, seats, maybe there's more. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong. But also in the back you have the engine, so it can kind of zoom through the oceans, and just overall you can't go wrong with this set. And honestly, for me, it's my second favorite bounty. Even though it's not a traditional bounty, it's still one of my favorites. It edges out the original bounty, edges out the possession bounty, edges out the land bounty, edges out the legacy bounty, and yeah, it just doesn't edge out the movie bounty. That one's just so beautiful. But Yes, for me, this is definitely my second favorite bouncy. I just really like how it looks. And then talking about the figures, you get Kalmar, the main villain of the season. You get two Murray guards, and then you get all of the ninjas. And all the scoop suits look good. Cole's my least favorite, but they still all look very nice, and they all look very detailed. And I've talked long enough about this set, so I guess we'll wrap it up and go to the outro.
Alrighty, and that now wraps up our video for me and Bricks on Bricks talking about our favorite set from each wave. This was just so fun to make this video. It was great to finally do a collab on my channel, and I enjoyed it so much, and it was just great to talk about my favorite set from each wave with you, Bricks on Bricks. So thanks so much for being here. Yeah, really appreciated it.
So, yeah, this was a really fun video to make with you, Bricklord, and anytime I would totally come back for another collab. This was really fun. But talking about set waves is so interesting. I really enjoyed talking about my favorite set from each wave, especially the more recent ones, and then some of the more nostalgic ones. Those are just so interesting. I really love Lego sets as a whole, and Ninjago has so many good ones. And yeah, so click the link in the description to check out my channel and maybe give me a sub. I am doing a tier list series right now, and I'll also be doing some collabs with some Ninjago Legends like the Bricklord and me here. And so yeah, stay tuned for that on my channel. And yeah, it was really fun being here with you, Bricklord. And so yeah, I guess maybe we should wrap up the video. And yeah, bye.
Yeah, once again, thanks for being here. This was so great. And so for everybody here watching this, again, if you guys could subscribe to Bricks on Bricks, that would be appreciated. He's a good guy. And if you guys could also hit the subscribe for my channel, that would definitely be appreciated as well. But yeah, with all that said, I don't have much else to say here. So once again, we really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was super fun to make, and it was great to talk about our favorite sets from each wave. But yeah, without holding up any more time, I will see you all in the next video. So bye!